Would you guys ever be interested in me showing you how I edit? Like, would you ever be interested in seeing that at all, or not? Like, is that something that would ever be interesting to you guys? It would be nice. Yeah, you want to see how I do it? Okay, yeah. I could show you right now. So I use CapCut. And so for this, let's take this as an example, right? I can edit this because I've already done the whole thing. So what I'll do, let's just start from like major scratch. Like let's start everything from scratch. This might lag out a bit because CapCut's a little bit laggy when you're trying to do too many things at once. So I'll show you guys just how like the short really quick, because I also follow this formula, y'all, for pretty much every kind of like every video that I do. It's very simple. So the main way that I edit, right, so I have like an hour and a half long piece of footage, and I'll really go in and I'll pretty much just chop out all the dead weight. So anything where I'm just like not talking, I'll just pretty much chop that out. So even if it's like if this was a normal video, right, let me just, we're talking the whole time pretty much in this clip. See, so this is the original clip, right? So what I would do, I'm more of an Adobe editor. Yeah. No, Adobe's way better. Adobe's way better, but CapCut for me is super simple and it's super easy. So it's quick. Like I don't need to learn a ton from it, and you can do a ton of things with this. Then you, like the desktop version, you can do a ton of things with this. You can pretty much do everything that you want to do, except if you're trying to do some crazy, fancy, or very specific stuff. So I'll pretty much chop out all the dead weight, right? So I'll stop it like, first off, you got to change the canvas, right? Because it's usually like this, and the scale's 3/16. Okay, I got everything messed up here. So there we go, right? So why is it blurry in the back? Because I have this on. All right, so this is the original. Oh my gosh, why is it not snapping? It should just snap. All right. Boing. Why is it doing that? What the freak? It should be so simple. Okay. I don't know what the heck was just happening with that. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, basically, so this was it, right? So you go here, and so then you would change the canvas, boom, go like this, increase it all the way, which just so happens to be 316%. And we know that she's starting first, right? So go over here, and I will cut. So you click this, you're on basic right here. You click the little add keyframe button on the position and on the scale if you're going to be like zooming in or not. Right now we're not going to do that, so we're going to go position to click that. So that's basically what it does. Is basically, I used Filmora ages ago but never ended up doing anything. Yeah. Filmora is pretty good, but Filmora is not as good as CapCut, and they're like the same thing, except it's not as good. That's why I use this instead. But yeah, that one also works too. So you basically, the keyframe is like whatever the settings are over here on this side is what they're going to be when you click that keyframe. And so say, boom, right here, I'm going to stop and I'm going to click keyframe again and move it over to here. And so now in between these two keyframes, it's going to go from these settings to the settings that we had before this keyframe, right? So it's going to go like this because I moved it that much. And so if I did it, imagine if I did it this fast, watch how fast it'll go. You see what I'm saying? And if I did it this fast, it's going to go super slow, right? So then basically it just kind of consists of doing that over and over again. Like there, you can do a keyframe, and then you can go here. And thankfully, if you're tracking something like this, you can keep going, because then by the time, you don't have to do one like every second, because it's going to go, the camera's going to go as fast as you're going to need it to go, because as long as you keep the ball in the middle, you'll be fine, right? So then I'll add one where I hit it, so it stops, and it doesn't just go there and immediately back. So it stops on me, and then it's here, and now it's there, and now it's here, And then here's where I zoomed in, right? Or no, here's not where I zoomed in. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but you see what I'm saying? So now it looks like this. Now I've tracked the whole thing. Super simple. And I would zoom in right there or whatever. And so then auto captions here on CapCut, really easy. Just click generate captions. Boom. Generate captions. So it'll generate these captions for you. Recognize the speech. They pop up like this originally. You've got all these different templates, all these different things you can do. Here's the one I usually do, which is turn your text into emoji. I don't do it for the emoji one. I don't do it because I like the emojis. I do it because it looks the best, and it just so happens to have emojis. A lot of people on my regular videos get kind of mad at me. They're like, dude, the emoji's really necessary? And I'm always like, bro, is this comment necessary? Like, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, just chill. So, Dr. No Secure, next mission, pick Chipotle or Wendy's. Bro, amen to that, bro. That's a tough choice. That's a tough choice. I would say Chipotle, personally. Wendy's is really good, but I would say Chipotle a little bit better because it's healthier. And I've been like trying to realize like, hey, if I'm gonna go out and eat fast food, I got to eat something that's like at least somewhat healthy compared to, you know, McDonald's or something. But it's up to you. I like them both. I literally got both of them like in the past 2 weeks. So, 5 times. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. So yeah, so I do this, or you'll go over here, right? Let's just find a good one. I don't know. There. The quick brown fox. Nice. So it'll just pop up nice, and then I'll go over here, click captions. Whoops, just kidding. Not. I'll just go down here and click this. It turns a little bit yellow. Sometimes I change the color to be a little bit more yellow than like lime. And then we got this. And then you can move the captions to not be so high. You know what I'm saying? So then you got this. See, and then I don't want this text, so I'm deleting that. And then it'll say in that instance where it says you guys, I'll just change this to you okay. And you can't put, oh yeah, you can. Sometimes it doesn't let you put stuff. You okay? And then I jump. And then Matthew right here is like, watch it, do it. And boom. See, it says it's like tracks it wrong, so it's a flip it Chad, and I'll just edit it to say clip it chat, right? So stuff like that, man. And then what I'll also do is the last thing I'll really do is I'll go here, I'll click adjustment, and instead of going to auto adjust or color match, I'll do color correction. You see how it makes it like way more, it just makes it better. I always, 80 is too intense, so I usually put it at like 50, and it usually looks a little bit better, maybe a little bit lower, but this is the original. If you put it at like 40, it looks better, right? So that's exactly how pretty much I edit. Pretty simple. But yeah, and you can do that with long form videos. Here's the video coming out tonight. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. This is kind of what it looks like, right? So pretty simple. I think Wendy's, wait, we don't have Wendy's here. Is it good? Hey, yeah, you don't have Wendy's in Spain? Dude, it's pretty good. It's like, it's supposed to be more fresh. It's kind of like a McDonald's and a Burger King and a thing like that, you know, stuff like that. But in my opinion, it has the best nuggets, and in my opinion, it has the best burgers. So Wendy's is pretty up there. Speaking of which, I want to do a tier list. I think Wendy's because I had Qdoba last night, which is like Chipotle but more flavor. Fair enough. Totally fair enough. But so like this is what editing looks like for me. I actually didn't color coordinate any of these. I love the grilled chicken wrap. Dude. I just had Jimmy John's giant sub. Anyways, but this is the video for tonight. Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of 7 Days to Die. We are here playing the good old 7 Days to Die. You guys may not seen this before, but look, this is me. This is what I look like, all right? So if you don't like it, okay, go ahead, turn off the screen. Just tell me. But yeah, so I've got stuff here, right? I've got like, I shout out my Twitch, so I put this on the screen. Got little sound effects. Lifecraft Live, you know what I'm saying? Got the music, got everything like that. Oh yeah, I'll put your clip in here. Qdoba over Chipotle. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Get out of here with that bogus, bruh. I'm just kidding. I've never actually had Qdoba, so I can't say anything. Yo, I love doing tier lists. Okay, yeah. Let's do one. But yeah, I put your clip in here, bro. All those subscribers. Because I'm like, do a bunch of crazy stuff. We played Kahoot the other day with all those subscribers. And I put in that clip, so anyways.